In today's video, I'm going to share with you how to tap into your intuition and how to trust your gut feeling. You know, I'm sitting here at this beautiful villa in Tulum. I'm actually putting on an intuitive training. And I just told Bree, I said, I need to make some content while I'm here. I haven't done anything. I said, what do you think I should make content on? And she said, trusting your gut and being able to know what that is. So let's dive into it. Hopefully there's not too many mosquitoes out here. So, oh man, I just locked myself out. That's okay. So here's the thing, guys. We all have intuition. We all get gut feelings, hunches, whatever you want to call it. But what happens is we let fear and we get into our lower self, and that holds us back from trusting our gut. And oftentimes we will confuse our gut feeling with the actual fear that we're feeling. So let me give you an example. Let's say you need to make a decision on something in your business or something in your life, and you are in a state of fear. You're in fear mode, whatever that may be. Maybe it's a financial thing. Maybe you're afraid that the decision you're about to make isn't going to work out for you. Well, what happens is when we go into fear mode, we actually block our intuition. And when we are in fear mode, we typically want to go to the path of least resistance. And usually the path of least resistance, especially when it comes to business or leveling up, is the path, the comfortable path that we're already on. So oftentimes things will happen in our lives, and because we get the resistance, we go, oh, it must not be meant to be. Oh, I try to do this thing and then this popped up, and that must mean that I shouldn't do it. That's not your intuition. That's not your gut feeling. That is your fear version, your lower self, giving you information. Now, what do I mean by your lower self? Your lower self is our subconscious mind. And our subconscious mind always wants to take the path of least resistance. And so if you're wanting to make a change in your life and you're wanting to use your intuition to be able to help guide you in that, but you're only listening to your subconscious, not your authentic self, or what we would call your higher self, your super conscious mind, then you're going to be stuck listening to your lower self, making the wrong decision over and over and over again. So how do we get out of our lower self, and how do we tap into our higher self? Ooh, the light's kind of bright there. So the first thing we've got to do before we make any decision is we never want to make a decision when we're in an emotional state. And believe me, I've done this many, many times, and I've made many, many mistakes by doing this. And let me give you an example. You do something, let's take business as an example. You do something in your business, it doesn't work how you think it would go, or something happens, you lose money, you lose an employee, you lose a team member, and suddenly you're freaking out. You're like, oh my God, it didn't work. Oh, this and that. And when you're in that heightened emotional state, you start making decisions in your business that are going to be permanent decisions, or that are going to be at least altering the course of your business. That is not the time to make those decisions. So let me tell you something else here. Whenever we experience a quote unquote negative experience or an unwanted experience, what happens is we go through something called the emotional refractory period, okay? The emotional refractory period is about a 10 to 20 minute window where we're extremely emotional and it's almost uncontrollable, right? It's like, even though logically we know, hey, I shouldn't be reacting this way. I shouldn't let my anger get the best of me. I shouldn't let my anxiety get the best of me. Although we know that logically, our subconscious mind gets into this, again, emotional refractory period. And it's about 10 to 20 minutes. And then after that 10 to 20 minute window, we will then, oh my God, terrible exposure here. That's okay. I'm going to get back into the shade. What happens is after that 10 to 20 minute window, we calm down, and then the science behind what happens is the blood goes to your amygdala, which is your fight or flight. And now you're in fight or flight. You're either trying to fight or you're trying to run, right? So we have a bad emotional experience. We go into fight or flight, and typically our decisions are, let me back off. Let me retreat, right? This is too hard. I don't want to do this when we're in that 10 to 20 minute window. So what we want to do to be able to tap into my arm's getting tired here, to be able to tap into our intuition is we want to be able to get the blood to return from the amygdala and go back to the frontal lobe, because the frontal lobe is where we create from. So when we're in that 10 to 20 minute window, do not make any decisions. Just let that go. Let yourself calm down. Let yourself cool off, so that when you are making the decisions, you can make them not only logically, but you can also make them intuitively. Hopefully this is making sense so far. Guys, if this is making sense so far, hit the like button for me if you're liking this, and then comment as we're going through the video, any insight that you may have, or maybe you've done that before, you had that experience of what I'm talking about. Forgive me for the background noise. So now, how do we use this to develop our intuition? So when we're in a calm, relaxed state, okay, not in the emotional refractory period, not fear-based or whatever, when we're in a calm and relaxed state, we tune into ourselves and we begin to feel what the right decision is. You know, there's something, it's a very interesting experiment you can do, and you can do this with a friend. You can have somebody close their eyes, and you say, basically what you do is you say, hey, I'm going to give you an object, and your body's going to react. Either your body's going to, let me give you an example. Let's say I held a Coca-Cola right here in my hand, right? And with your eyes closed, you don't even know what it is. Somebody gives you a Coca-Cola, your body will start to sway away from it, because you intuitively know, your body knows the Coca-Cola is not good for you. Now, if you put water in your hand, your body will go towards it and be attracted to it. Because again, there's something called proprioceptors. That's a whole nother topic for another day. And if you guys want, I can make a video on that. So anyways, we intuitively know what the path is for us. It's just that, again, we're in that fear-based mentality all the time. So when you're in that calm and relaxed state, listen to your internal guidance system. Listen to the gut feelings that you get in your stomach. What does it feel like? Does it, once you're calm, hey, does this feel aligned or does it feel misaligned? If it feels misaligned, avoid that. And when it feels aligned, go down the path of whatever it is that you want to create. So hopefully that was helpful, guys. Do me a favor, type your questions in the comments and I'll go deeper on this. My arm's starting to get tired, so I didn't really prepare for this very well. And ask your questions in the comments and I'll make more videos about intuition. Again, we're here in Tulum, Mexico, and I'm actually doing a training on how to tap into your authentic self, how to develop your intuition, a bunch of other cool skills, remote viewing, and really just tapping into some really cool abilities. So also, guys, for those of you who want to work with me one-on-one, or maybe you're like, man, I would love to go to Tulum. I would love to learn about intuition. I'd love to learn all these things. There's going to be a link down in the description to book a call with my team to see if you and I would be a good fit to work together, or if you would be a good fit to attend one of our trainings. Maybe it's not the Tulum training. Maybe it's my hypnosis certification, one of these other things. So if that's you, go to the link in the description, send this to a friend, like the video, comment down below. We'll see you guys in the next video.